Yo, what's up, sports bettors? I'm going to be running you through a quick video, real quick strategy video, 5 picks you want to go with on PrizePicks for tonight. So you're going to notice PrizePicks, they have a promo going on. So for Philip Grubauer, they are lowering his saves line from 27.5 to 23.5. So PrizePicks, like a lot of other books, they offer promos pretty consistently. And every Tuesday, PrizePicks has what's called Taco Tuesday, hence the taco, where they discount projection. So obviously a play you want to go with, they're bringing down Phillips' line from 27.5 to 23.5. You would want to take the over on PrizePicks, right? So we have one pick down, but we still need 4 more picks. I actually have 6 picks in this video, so I'm going to be giving out 6 picks. But I've explained this before. The core concept you need to understand about PrizePicks and how this platform works is it's a fixed payout platform, right? So what that means is they're not changing your payout based on you selecting over or under. Any 5 picks you select, this is the payout you're getting, right? It doesn't matter if you take unders, doesn't matter if we switch this to an NBA first quarter pick, it doesn't matter at all. This is the payout you're getting. So essentially, if you reverse engineer, and I know it sounds complicated, but it's not, if you just take PrizePicks payouts, what you can do is you can back out what percentage of your picks you need to win to be profitable on PrizePicks. And essentially what it is you have to win 54.25% of your player props on PrizePicks to be profitable. It's really that simple, right? So if you can hit these over-unders correctly, 55% of the time, you're going to be profitable. If you win 55% of your props, only losing 45%, your ROI is going to be 5%. Right? Whereas if you can, most people, they don't have much of an advantage. Most people can't beat PrizePicks. And the reason is most people don't have an edge, right? You have to win 55% of your picks, only lose 45% to be profitable on PrizePicks. Most people can't do that. They can only win 50, 51% of their picks, right? So it's very simple. The strategy for beating PrizePicks: win over 54.25% of your picks. So where I find a lot of my plays on PrizePicks, a lot of my sharp bets, is on the positive expected value tool of OddsJam, right? So just this tool right here, it works for pre-match and live betting, but essentially this tool is pretty simple, right? There's no BS. All it does is it reads in odds from all the different sports books. So you can see John Gray. DraftKings actually just moved down to minus 165. They initially were minus 155. It looks like they just ticked to minus 165. But long story short, you're going to notice DraftKings has John Gray's under heavily favored, right? His under is a big favorite. His under is the more likely outcome according to DraftKings, right? So that's just what the sportsbook is telling you. So Zach Gallen, his over is slightly favored. For Steven Matz, his over 4.5 strikeouts is favored. For Patrick Sandoval, his under 5.5 strikeouts is favored. Right? Sportsbooks, they tell you win probabilities through their odds. So what I mean by that is tonight, the Knicks are minus 255 odds. They're favored to win the game. They're over 50% to win the game. And on PrizePicks, you're just looking for player props that are winning 54.25% of the time or higher. So what this positive EV tool does is it reads in odds from all the different sports books and just shows you player props that are hitting at a rate above 54.25%. So it's just the bet in bold and in green. So obviously there's 2 big NBA games tonight. You know, we got Lakers, Warriors, and then we have Heat, Knicks. But sometimes there's more value in baseball, right? Sometimes there's more value in basketball. So you'll see my second pick is on Kyle Lowry. So for John Gray, sportsbooks have his under heavily favored, right? All the books, you have numerous data points. It's not just like there's one data point. It's not just like we're looking at DraftKings, right? You got 1, 2, 3, these billion-dollar sports books with really sophisticated models. These books have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines, and all the data points in the market, all these sports books are saying the same thing. John Gray's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. The under is the heavily favored outcome. And of course, you know, books have slightly different odds from one another. All these books, all these sports books, they try to set lines. They try to price bets, set odds independently. All these books want to be unique, right? DraftKings doesn't want the same odds as FanDuel. So all these books set lines independently. So essentially, as a sharp bettor, you have numerous data points, like dozens of data points telling you where a line should be set. So Pinnacle, the sharpest, smartest sports book, they have Gray's under heavily favored, right? FanDuel has his under heavily favored. Every sports book has his under pretty heavily favored, and there's slight differences in the odds from book to book, but it becomes pretty clear Gray's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over, so this is a great player prop to include in our PrizePicks entry. And again, that's because PrizePicks, they don't change your payouts based on you selecting over or under. So this is exactly what we're looking for, right? Player props that are winning over 54.25% of the time, so you just turn to the sports books. In OddsJam, is pretty simple platform. Everything is just based in odds. There's no BS. There's so much BS in the sports betting industry. This is literally just odds, right? What OddsJam is doing is it's pulling in all these different lines, right? All of these odds from DraftKings, FanDuel, updating millions of odds every second from PrizePicks, all these different things you can bet on, and just pointing out value in the market for sportsbooks you use, right? So my first play is John Gray under 4.5 strikeouts. Then you can see we're going to switch to the NBA. All the books, Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, they have Kyle Lowry's over 10.5 points at minus 148. So now we got an NBA play. All the books are telling you, again, slightly different odds from book to book, but all the books are telling you the same thing. Kyle Lowry, a lot more likely to go over as opposed to under. And some people will be like, oh, you didn't talk about, John Gray's last game. You didn't talk about his performance the last time he pitched against the Diamondbacks. And the truth is, it doesn't matter. Everything is baked into the odds, right? The weather, historical data, everything is priced into the market, right? If this guy has an ERA of 10, of 1, of 5, of 4, it doesn't matter. It's all baked into the market, right? All these sports books, they know more than you. They have better data feeds than you. They have better models than you. They're all telling you the same thing. John Gray's unders heavily favored. You don't have to know anything about this guy to place this sharp MLB bet on PrizePicks. You don't have to know anything about him. It's all baked into the market. It's all baked into the odds. And you can think about it like if John Gray's over should actually be the favored outcome, because sometimes people will be like, no. Gray's a lot more likely to go over as opposed to under. Well, put your money where your mouth is. You got tons of sports books offering John Gray's over at plus money. Plus money means the underdog, right? So if we go to the NBA, the teams that are plus money, they're the underdog, right? So it's no different here. John Gray's over is the underdog. So unless you're smarter than the market and every other sports bettor, you can go hammer all these sports books and bet his over at plus money until the odds come down, right? Because sports betting is a market. It's based on supply and demand. Just like the price of a stock goes up when people buy it, it goes down if there's more supply, more people selling. It's no different in sports betting. If you got 10 million bucks, go ahead, hammer all these overs until the over is the favorite outcome, right? This is a reflection. The market is a reflection of what all sports bettors believe as well, right? So all sports bettors, the entire market, believes that John Gray's under is the more likely outcome. So this is a clearly good play. You can also see it on the OddsJam fantasy screen where I get some of my plays from. So this tool works similar to the EV tool. You're going to see some overlap. Kyle Lowry over 10.5 points. John Gray under 4.5 strikeouts. So you're going to see both of these plays here. So what the fantasy screen does is exactly the same thing, right? So it pulls in odds from all these different sports books and just shows you the plays that, according to the sports books, are winning over 54.25% of the time, right? So you can see right here, Ronzi Contreras over 1.5 walks. The sports books, the two sports books that offer this market, Caesars and DraftKings, they have his over heavily favored, around minus 140, minus 145 odds. Kyle Lowry over 10.5 points. All the books have his over favored. Tanner Houck, this time it's under 1.5 walks. So we're following the market, right? We're hunting for value in the market. I didn't wake up and decide to bet on John Gray's under. I don't know anything about this guy. I woke up as a sharp bettor and said, I'm going to find value in the market. There's dozens of sports books, all these books set lines independently. So I'm going to hunt for value and see what's out there. And this is clearly a profitable play. So here's what I ended up going with for my first entry. John Gray under 4.5 Ks. Anthony Descalfani over 2.5 earned runs. Tanner Houck under 1.5 walks. Ronzi Contreras over 1.5 walks. Kyle Lowry over 10.5 points. 5 picks, 125 to win 1250. I say this in every video. I'm just showing you guys what I'm putting my own money on. If I find value on PrizePicks, I'll have more videos about PrizePicks, right? If I find more value on a different sports book, FanDuel, DraftKings, DraftKings, whatever, I'll have more videos on those platforms. And then I created a 6-pick entry with this little Taco Tuesday thing. So 5 of these picks are the same. Taco Tuesday, it's a maximum bet size allowed of $25. So I just went with this. Philip Goober over 23.5 saves. So definitely take advantage of the Taco Tuesday. So hopefully this video was helpful. Appreciate you all for tuning in. I'll include my email in the description as well as this, kind of spreadsheet breaking down PrizePicks payouts. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and let's make some money.